There's something really powerful in mastering responding to life versus reacting, and realizing that the external world, everything that happens to you, only has the power you give it, because stuff is continuously gonna happen to you, and you want to build that resilience like a warrior, be able to respond to life. What will be the topic of the day? For those who don't know, I'm playing this game where I'm picking one topic and just talking about it instead of getting in my head about what should I say, how should I say this, etc. I'm just speaking through my heart, through my soul, trusting that the message that has to be shared will be shared, and just, yeah, living in my truth, you know? What does the message say? Is reaction costing your peace? Okay, so here I'm referring to being in reaction versus responding to life, responding to events that are happening to us. Because as humans, we're constantly experiencing things. There's constantly stuff happening. And there's constantly stuff happening on the external that is triggering something on the internal. Everything that is happening is waking something up. It could evoke feelings of love, of peace, of happiness. Like we see a bird flying by, it's a beautiful bird, and it evokes something inside of us. We're like, oh, this is a nice bird. Or it can be someone screaming at you or honking at you, and then it evokes a trigger of like, okay, shut up, and then you get angry and you get in reaction. This is just like everyday life stuff, but there's stuff that affect us deeper, you know? There's stuff that can really touch our deeper wounds, that really trigger our fears. There's something really powerful in mastering responding to life versus reacting to life. Reaction is very primal, it's very quick, and it's based on first automatic response that has not been digested yet. Often based on fear, anger, and all these things. And I'm not saying to suppress that aspect, but sometimes we stay stuck in that reaction. We stay stuck in that story. Something happens to us, someone said something to us, and it frustrates us. And we keep on repeating the story. You don't know what happened to me. This person said this thing. And then we're repeating that and constantly in reaction. In that space, we're not at peace. In that space, we feel like a victim. We feel attacked. We feel like it's unfair. And it's okay to feel these things. But there's a difference between just feeling them, spitting them out loud, and continuing to feel them and just spitting them, continuing to feel them. We're just feeding this reaction. We're just feeding this emotion. We're just reenacting it continuously versus responding, taking what life offers you, taking a step back and listening, witnessing, holding space for. So an event happens to you. Yeah, maybe on the spot you're angry, but then you're like, okay, let me retrieve. Let me see what this woke up in me. Ooh, I feel angry. I feel hurt. I feel deceived. I feel that this person or this event didn't respect me. I don't feel respected for who I am. Can I hold space for that? Ooh, oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. And maybe tears are coming up, anger. I could write it down. Maybe I feel really disrespected in this situation. I don't know how to handle this. It makes me sad. Just opening that space and realizing that the external world, everything that happens to you, only has the power you give it. It can have the power to cost your peace, and you constantly staying in that state where you're constantly hurting your own self by staying in that story. Or you're coming to gather yourself, hold space for what has been happening inside of you, and you're reclaiming your power because you're using what happened on the external to see what is happening on the internal and release and see yourself and bring acceptance and bring love and bring presence to your own self. This is an act of self-love. This is an act of being there for yourself. Accountability, taking accountability too for your internal world. And this is all in your favor because you build resilience, you build strength, and you release things and you're not held hostage by them anymore. So by doing that, you build an ability to respond to life instead of react. You are nourishing your peace now. Because when something happens to you, You are in control of how it's gonna affect you. You don't let it ruin your peace because you have been cultivating it within yourself. This is a skill or a muscle that takes practice, and over time you become better and better at it. And sometimes that initial thing that would have triggered a reaction will maybe not even trigger a reaction anymore. But the goal here is not perfection. The goal here is not to be stoic and never feel emotions and be like, oh, nothing affects me. Like, it's okay that stuff affects you. You're human and you have emotions, and we are triggered by external factors, which is fine. But how are you giving your power away to these things is the question you have to ask yourself. And what is it costing you? What is it costing you to react? Because it feels good to react, to be angry and to be like, oh, this guy passed me. It feels good to express that. But what is the price you are paying from constantly just being in reaction? What is the price you're paying? This is about you and yourself. If you're watching this video and like, no, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But if you're tired of paying the price, of sacrificing your well-being, your peace, your joy, because stuff is continuously gonna happen to you, and you wanna build that resilience and like a warrior, be able to respond to life, this is what you need to do. You need to step back. You need to hold space for yourself. And you need to ask yourself, how do I want to respond to this? Do I want to ignore it? Do I want, maybe it's someone that disrespected you, instead of being angry at them and there's nothing actually getting fixed there. It's just creating more turmoil. Do I want to set boundaries? Maybe by holding space, you're going to realize, hey, I realize there's a boundary there and I don't agree with being treated this way. So let me tell this person with all in the loving space that this is a limit I won't tolerate. This is something that it doesn't work for me. It's more about you. You're taking your power about the situation that's happened on the external. You're honoring your peace. You're honoring your truth. You're honoring higher energies within you. Your vibration is raising from this, and you're experiencing a better quality of life. Your experiences are more enjoyable because now you can respond, because there's not as much of a threat on the outside, because you've got you. And you've built that inside of you. Anything you're upset about right now and you keep on repeating that story, how is it serving you to repeat that story? How is the way you're dealing with it right now serving you and serving the situation? Do you want to keep on reproducing this, or do you want to create something new out of it? Do you want to alchemize it into something uplifting, positive, something that makes you grow instead of making you stuck? I'll leave it here. Have a great day.